Let's go.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Tom and AJ's Journey to America. In today's video, we will be talking about extracurricular activities, looking at how you should create and develop an impeccable extracurricular resume, and providing with you guys with some examples, some different passions and extracurricular activities that you guys can do. However, please note that this is not an exhaustive list at all, and you don't have to limit yourself to just one area. It's important to find your true passion, and to find that, you must experiment. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. Anyway, that's enough of an intro. Let's get into it. Oh, sorry. One more thing, guys, before we start. It's super important that you create a theme for your extracurriculars. So it can be specific subject areas we're going to discuss today, or it can be things like leadership, civil disobedience, or even things like animals. Also, one more thing. Extracurriculars have about 30% weighting for your admission into American colleges. It's super important to start your extracurriculars early and to start thinking about them very early. So here we go for real now into the video. So AJ, can you talk a bit about? Can you start us off?
Sure. So I'll start off with some general extracurriculars, and what I mean by that is you. I'll talk about some school extracurriculars that you can join in your school, or you can open it up. So you can open some clubs in your school. So as for me, I really like maths and chess, so I have opened numerical reasoning club and a chess club. What I do there is I teach other students about maths, and I also some in my chess club we play and we have tournaments. Another thing you can do is join student council. Anything that shows leadership. What I mean by that is you can be a class leader, you can be a school leader, you can be economic leader in your school. Anything that involves leadership in your school. One more thing you can do is volunteering or interning. So you can join a company that actually teaches you. So for me, I really like coding, so I can join a tech company. I can intern with them, or you can do volunteering with a, a company that is not like that does not go for the profit. So like NGOs and other type of companies. One really important thing, you can make blogs and research essays, and that's what I do. I'll provide the link in the description. So what I do is write blogs about artificial intelligence on medium.com. You can gather the information from Harvard Business Review or many other blog sites and research essays. After that, take in I usually write my blogs in about a week's time. So take that time, gather the information, and write into simpler words. That's what blogs are about. You can one really important thing that you can do in extracurriculars is also um, creating something that can be aesthetic or functional and giving it out to other people in the third world countries or developing countries. So I'll explain what this means. So what you can do is create something aesthetic. Aesthetic means that you can make a painting or something, a wallpaper, something that is functional. An example of that could be a drum kit. And all of this you need to do building scrap materials. And then you can give it out to um, the people who are not as fortunate as us. So Tom, talk us through the medical point of extracurriculars.
Yeah, of course. So if you want to become like a doctor or a paramedic or a nurse, or you think about this, or you enjoy medical sciences, then this segment's for you. So you can volunteer at your local hospital. You'll probably have to do some basic first aid training, and you can do this at many areas. One being St. John Ambulance. I'm a St. John cadet at my local division. I'm also a student. Sorry, not a student, a cadet leader there. And I also volunteer out at events, and this is great training. And so this has been super helpful, and this is a great extracurricular for you guys. You can write blogs and research essays about diseases, or about how to prevent diseases, or about cure up and coming cures, especially with COVID. You guys could write essays about that. And you can do research into medical sciences at your local university during the summer. And so you have to email your local university and professors with your resume. You can say, hey, I've been volunteering at my local hospital, or I'm a St. John cadet, and it's very important because you can send these blogs and research essays, and hopefully the professor will be very impressed and will want you to help out during the summer. So AJ, do you want to talk a bit about math and science?
Cool. So as you guys have probably figured it out, I really like maths and science. So I'll go through some of the extracurriculars that you can do for that. Uh, One of the really important things you can do is take exams and Olympiads. So there are 10 questions in an Olympiad and they take about 4 to 6 hours. Even if you get one question right, you might get a bronze medal because they're really hard. They test your knowledge, and professors are actually looking for people who actually give these hard exams. So you should do that. Another thing that you can do for science and people who like astrology, and so you can go to NASA space program. Uh, from my school, Boxer High School, we actually do an NASA space program, and what we do there is we go to America for 1 week, go to NASA. We look how the scientists and the astronauts are working and how they build a satellite, and we learn from them. So I think that's a great experience. For computer science, you can join the AI for Good challenge that is sponsored by Microsoft. So what you do is you design a concept, and then Microsoft helps you to code that concept so you can help humanity. You can intern with a tech company. You can learn coding. For me, I'm learning Python right now because it's a great coding language for beginners, and it's really good. You should learn it. You can build an app after you learn Python or any coding language. You can build an app, and it might be a gaming app, like really simple. Not It doesn't have to be complicated. It's really simple, and you can build it, and it would really help you. For biology and chemistry, simple science Olympiads, and like Tom said, research on diseases and how to prevent them, and write a research essay. So that's all for me from here. Tom, would you like to talk about the English and literature?
Yeah, of course. So if you love reading and writing, this will be for you. So you can write for your local school and local newspaper. If you you can write. It could be book reviews. You can just talk about news that's happening in your local community, or if you're into politics and writing, or political journalism. If there's an upcoming election, you could write about that. You can publish a book. This is probably a bit more difficult, but you could get together with some friends, and it doesn't have to be a massive journal. It's not a massive journal. It doesn't have to be a massive novel. It could be a picture book about anything that you enjoy. You can teach young kids, so you can volunteer down at your local elementary or primary school, and help out there with reading, with reading and spelling, in like before and after school, and also if you have free periods in those. And you can volunteer and or work at your local library, because if you love this will show your love for English and reading and literature. AJ, do you want to talk a bit about business and ec?
Sure. So business and economics, it's a more harder topic than the others. So what you can do is you can start your own company. And what I mean by that, you can start a website and you can start selling little things like Jeff Bezos did in Amazon a few years ago. So you can start doing that. Imagine if you become a billionaire, the college admissions will take you in instantly. So that's a really good idea you can do. You can do some investing. You should probably learn it first, and what you can learn from different platforms. The APX is a really good platform. You can invest in Upstocks. It's the app that lets you invest without taking any money from you. You can also intern with different business companies, small businesses as well. And I think that should be it for business and economics.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're moving on to HAS. And HAS, for you guys who don't know, that's history, not history, humanities, and social sciences. It's a very, very wide topic. So we focused on history, geography, political science, and law. However, um, there'll be lots of things that overlap and intertwine. So we'll start with history. So you can volunteer at your local museum, or if you prefer more art history, you can volunteer at your local art gallery. If you like looking at cultures and how cultures develop, you can join a language club, or start a language club, and through this you hopefully learn a new language. And colleges love it when they have bilingual or trilingual students. You can join Model UN, so you looking at diplomatic and political history and debate. So you can, when you debate about all sorts of things. It could be historical events, about did one army, do they use the right tactics, those sort of things. Looking at geography now, you can do a waste management review of your school or local area. So this could be in your school currently. What I'm doing on the School Environment Council, we're trying to get recycling compost bins into our school. And so you can do this at your school or in your local area. You can run to reduce waste, and you can also volunteer and lead conservation programs in your local area. If you like political science, you can intern at a politician's office, because this gives you experience of what it's like to be a politician. You can start movements and charities and organize rallies and protests. And these are easier said than done. But with little initiative, sometimes a little bit of luck in a current issue, you should be successful. You can do more United Nations. This is diplomatic. If you like international relations, this will be right up your alley. Mock trial. This is more towards law, but you'll always need to need to speak and convince people as a politician. And speech and debate club, because as a politician you'll need to speak and convince people. And then in law, if you enjoy law, you can intern at your local law firm or public defender's office or DA's office. And these are more American terms. So in Australian terms, so let's talk about public defenders. So if you're if you're arrested for a crime but you don't have enough money for a lawyer, you get one from the public defender's office. And public defender's offices, they're often very understaffed, and they always love help. And these officers are the public prosecutors. So I think in Australia they're called Crown prosecutors. You can join mock trial, because mock trial is exactly what you'd do as a lawyer, except in real life, not as a mock trial. You can join Model United Nations. This again is about convincing people to join your side. And speech and debate club, again, that's about convincing people and talking to people. AJ, do you want to hit the next slide? We'll talk about sport.
Sure.
Yep. And so if you play sport, you got to play sport very well. So you at least like a state and national level. This will depend from college to college and what sport you're playing. And this can be very, very helpful, especially if you're recruited as a student athlete. We don't know much about this process at the moment, so we're not going to talk very in depth. But being a recruited as a student athlete can really help your admission into colleges, and you can also get scholarships that'll help make college much cheaper for you. And also you can coach younger teams, so you can volunteer at your local elementary, middle, or primary school, and help coach them. And AJ, do you want to talk a bit about music?
Sure. I don't know much about music though. What I know is that you can learn to play an instrument, and you can put it into your essay. So, like I said before, if you really like music, you can make an instrument from scrap material, and then you can put it into your essay that I made this and I learned how to play music, because they want to see a person who music involves creativity. So they are looking for creative people. They are not looking for robots. So that's what they're looking for. So
Mm.
that's all for music. So thanks for
Oh,
listening.
sorry, one second. I just want to chime in here with music. Also, you can play or start a band, and you can record some music. I've got mates who are 15. They're recording some songs. I've got mate who's just released an album. And you can also do lots of content. So your local events, in your community, you can go to retirement homes and play gigs there. You can go to your local pub, club, or restaurant and play gigs there. As well, playing like kind of probably not high quality is the right word, but at your state and national concerts. That just about wraps up today's video. I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. If you have any other extracurricular ideas, please share them in the comments section below. Please like, subscribe, share, and turn the notification bell on. We want to spread the word about American college admission, especially for international students, because in Australia, or at least in our schools at least, there's very little talk about applying going to top US colleges. We want to change that. We want to see more Aussies in the US college system. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Cool. See ya. Bye.